Hello everybody, this is Yoko Cinema Reactions, and this is going to be my review for To Your Eternity, Episode 5. I went into watching this episode with high hopes that they would all make it out alive. Oh no. I should have known better because they weren't going to stop with just the first freaking episode of being a tearjerker. This one had to be one too. Question. You don't have to tell me who. Does anybody else die in this show? Anybody we would care about? Besides, obviously, Fushi, but he's immortal. He could come back from that, but... Anybody else? Does anybody else die in this show? Please tell me. I don't care. Don't tell me who. Just tell me how many. A number. That way I could try and prepare myself for future episodes that make me cry. However, but yeah, like I said, I was hoping that they would get out and escape and make it out, alive. And for the most part, the escape itself, they all get out alive. However, it's on their way back that they get ambushed by those guys from before. I don't even know their names, but the ones who took them prisoner in the first place. Including the very same woman that took March back to the ceremony thingy. And... dang it, what was her name? I am for some reason drawing a blank. March's sissy. The older one. She decided that she was going to try and take out some of the enemy when they try to jump on the dang wagon that they're in. And for the most part, she does. And March is upset that she is feeling, she can't do anything. She can't do anything to help. She's just a little kid. And I guess she realized she wanted to do something to help, and I guess she must have seen that arrow coming, but question. If March hadn't done what she done, would that arrow have hit her? Not March, her sissy. Would that arrow have hit her, or would it have missed her? And if it had hit her, do you think that would have killed her? In the end. Please let me know in the comments what your theories on that would have been. Was his action in vain? Because March decided that she was going to push her sister out of the way of an incoming arrow. I keep saying sister, but she calls her sissy. Even though, obviously, they are not related. And I can't remember her name, so that's how I'm going to refer to her from now on. Anyway, she takes the hit, and I don't know if it was in the side or her chest area, somewhere around there. That area. And March is quickly taken back into the wagon, and she tries to, fix up the injury, and she's, obviously freaking out because she didn't probably expect to see her get hurt. And actually, while all this is going on, I think before this, Fushi had jumped off the wagon and gone into the bear form and started attacking the enemy. I think that was earlier, before they came to this scene. Yeah, it was, I think. Or maybe it was after that. I don't remember. But at some point, he had jumped off the wagon and started attacking the enemy in the bear form. So he was off in the city that was nearby, or village or whatever, just going nuts, essentially. And at first, I was thinking, oh, she's gonna get her. She's gonna wrap up the injury. It'll be fine. She'll get proper treatment, as much as you can get treatment in this world. Back in the village, and she'll be okay. Or she'll be, she'll have to rest and recover for probably a couple weeks or months. Oh, no. Me and my naive self figured that they wouldn't kill off a child. Yes, they killed her off. And my poor little heart couldn't take it, not ever since what happened to Nina. No. And at first, I thought she was just unconscious. Because, she was pain was probably too very bad for her. And, I figured she was just unconscious. I didn't think she was dead. And her sissy grabs her and jumps off the wagon, while the wagon's still going, I might add, and rushes off to the village where Fushi is laying waste to it and the enemy, and tells him he doesn't have to do it anymore. And we see that the leader of that little group is injured. Don't know how badly injured, but she is injured. And this is where I realized that she more than likely is dead, because her sissy was planning on ending herself, because she couldn't stand to live in the world without March. And I was like, oh shit, they actually did kill her off. And that, yeah, I was crying by this point. And what made it worse was them showing her in the afterlife, between the afterlife, I guess, and the real world, like in a limbo, I guess, because she could see everything going on around her and everything going on, and she obviously was freaking out, like, I'm not dead, I shouldn't be dead yet, I haven't gotten to grow up. And I'm like, yeah, this is why I didn't think they would kill her off, because I figured they would have her grow up alongside Fushi and they're both learning all the things. And she sees this about to go down, and she runs over her and tries to get her to not do it. And obviously she can't do a thing because she's a spirit. But either Fushi hurt her, or he kind of gained more experience or something like that, whatever you want to call it, and stopped her from ending her own life. So they headed back to her village, and they brought March's body with her, and essentially told them that the ceremony doesn't need to be completed anymore, and gave them the letter that March had written, the handprint thing from last episode. And they ended up realizing what had happened, and no, never mind. I take that back. They did not bring her body with her, because I just realized that, yeah, they would have noticed she was dead and automatically the body they brought back. I guess they buried her between that point and when they got back to the village. And she told Fushi to go, because obviously those guys ain't gonna give up on getting him. And it shows that, yes, they aren't giving up, because they are looking out and seeing those guys tracking him. And she uses the heavy bow from before, the one that she was having trouble with. And I guess she was aiming for a headshot, because instead of a headshot, she got the hand that was holding the bow, which I actually figured that was what she was aiming for, because I figured she was aiming for the person to stop shooting at Fushi. And, yeah, apparently she's still injured, because she still hasn't cleaned up that injury on her face or something, because it still looks the same, except a little bit more, kind of looks a little crazed. Did anybody get that impression when she turned around to see, I guess, who shot the arrow at her, and you could see the look on her face? It kind of looks crazed to me. But, yeah, why did they have to kill off March? Why couldn't they have just let her grow up with Fushi and then learning about the world together? Why couldn't they have done that? Why did they have to tug at her heartstrings and kill an innocent child? Anyway, I'll get this uploaded and I'll see you guys next time.